Oh no, please don't fall over. No, I didn't. Good news. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. That's right. Today we are opening up the Miniverse. Make it mini SpongeBob SquarePants. So it looks like we are going to be making Krabby Patties and other types of SpongeBob food. So let's get moving. Let me show you some of the artwork on here. There's SpongeBob, a chum bucket, yummy, some fries, something cooking on the grill. Let's see what we got. It appears as though we have a pineapple under the sea. Let's take a closer look. Here's the little door, a little window, another little window, and it appears as though we open it up right here. Blind bag time. So right off the bat, I see a little table. We'll put that together. I wonder if all of these have the same table. There's blind bags and ew, dry chum. Disgusting. I'm going to set that aside for a minute and see what we find in these blind bags. Oh, gross. So I am starting strong with chum on a stick. Oh, here's the molds for it. Whatever these are, whatever this is, tongs. I know what that is. Spatula and this thing. Why is my table already breaking? And we also have, oh great, a chum bucket. There it is right there. Lovely. This bucket looks pretty legit though. Look at that. And one more surprise for us. It is, oh, gross, raw chum in a can. Before we start making our chum, let's see what other kinds of food we could make. There's the Krabby Patty, Pretty Patties. Well, those look so cute. Krusty Krab Kitty Meal, Triple Gooberberry Sunrise, Get a Job Soup, Kelp Shake, Mini Bikini Bottom, and then what we got? The Chum Bucket. Based on the picture, it doesn't look too hard to make. It looks like we fill up the bucket and we have a little brick of chum. Lovely. Although to make the bricks, you have to put them in the molds. Okay, the instructions for this one are a little questionable. So I'm gonna do the best I can. First, I need to open up my chum molds with the popsicle sticks. And next I'm going to take the dried chum because, you know, chum is fun. Get into this. And doesn't that just look oh, so appetizing. I need to get to work filling up these molds. So I'll just get that in there like this. It doesn't have to be super precise, and I'll tell you why in a second. Little table chum going over here. And let's go ahead and get a little more out. Ooh, that's too much. You don't want too much chum. So right now I believe the molds are being used as like a measuring spoon because in step number 2, we're taking this wonderful chum bucket. What's on the bottom? And putting in our dry chum, and then we're going to mix it with some raw chum. Okay, let's see if I can just get this open very carefully, of course, because this should be the resin. Oop, good. There's a seal on it. And now I'm mixing this in. I'm going to try that again. Going to mix these two together. Add a little more in there. Plus more of our dried chum. Keep mixing and mixing. And the last little scoop of raw chum for our final mix. It is looking so appetizing. Yummy. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill up the molds once again. And as I'm doing this, you may be noticing I did not completely put the table together. And you are correct. I will be doing that right after I finish these molds. The final step is putting our little popsicle sticks in here like this. Oh no. Houston, we have a problem. Let's go ahead and cover these up a little bit. That's better. So these could, no! Why did I do that? So these could go outside for 5 to 10 minutes, but instead, I'm using my UV light. I have an idea. I'm going to use this and see if this works. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. And just like that, the table is looking great. It is a wooden wheel from a ship. I decorated the chum bucket with some of the things that came with this capsule. This little pineapple top and whatever that purple thing is. Whoa, don't fall over. But how did the chumsicles turn out? Well, let's find out. I believe the fronts are going to look a lot better than the backs. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, you can see the stick a little bit in that one. Okay, well, it's a little sloppy, just a little messy. We can give that a little trim. But I mean, should chumsicles really look that delicious? I don't know. It looks pretty good. Again, the back, not so good. The front, pretty amazing. I must have had the stick angled a little bit towards the center of this one so you can see it in there, but with a little trim, I think it looks pretty cool. And somehow we have aesthetically pleasing chum. Let's go ahead and work on another one. With so many different meals to choose from, it would be a real shame if we got a duplicate and we didn't. I can tell by the table. Well, this is a very interesting looking table. I can pop it together real quickly. It says kiddie meal, so I think I know what we're getting. The Krusty Krab. This looks like a placemat, so we'll get it down there. I forgot to look inside of my kiddie meal. Let's see what we have here. Oh no, I tore it. Look at the little rainbow balloon seashell. Looks like, oh, cute. 100% juice. Very nice. So we'll put our juice box here. And a fries container with no fries. There's mini buns, seaweed seeds. Okay, this goes on the table. This, I don't know, comes with everything. Wait a minute. Silly me, look back there. I put it in the chum, but I believe it's for our capsules. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Yes, indeed it does. Okay, so these are for the capsules, not for the food. I have spilled everything already, but while we're down here, I'll show you that these just slide into place real easily. What is, ew, there's chewing gum on the bottom of this table. What a funny little detail to have back there. I mean, do all tables have chewing gum stuck under them? Maybe. Now, where were we? We were opening up this bag. Okay, this. Does this also go in the capsule? I'll check in a second. And we always get tongs. Let's keep rolling with these bags. Ah, I keep knocking everything off the table. We have frozen kelp fries, delicious. Frozen slider patties. Oh my goodness, how many things are we making? I'm feeling a little nervous. Pipsqueak patty toppings. Juice, stay on there. Last bag. It's a big old bottle of ketchup, Krusty ketchup. It does appear like this is for the capsules. It's a little hard to get in there though. Okay, so I will not be adding these to food anymore. We have the Krusty Krab kiddie meal. So it looks like we need to make our cheeseburger. And I guess the fries just slide right into their little package. Let's see our little kelp fries. Oh my, they are tiny. Look at them. Okay, let's just try to pour them in here. Oh my goodness, there are so many. There are far more fries than I think what I can fit in here. Just kind of sprinkle them in here. I'm gonna set them on the table. And if you've ever eaten with a kid, you know there's gonna be some mess on the table and under the table. So fitting. We need to get out some mini buns. Okay. Bun number one, look at that. You see all those little crevices and pockets? It really looks like bread. And there's sesame seeds on top. There's the centerpiece, I believe. So it feels like there's three. Yep, this seems like it'd be the bottom or the top. Oh my goodness. There's another one. There's 4 pieces of bread. So according to the picture, it looks like you put down the bun, some ketchup. Maybe that's the meat, cheese, lettuce, and the top of the bun. So why are there so many pieces of bread? It looks like there's enough to make 2. So let's see if we can make 2. Our frozen slider patties. We do have 2. Look at the little detail on there. I mean, it looks like it really has been grilled. So we need to get our Krusty ketchup. We'll add a little dollop of it here. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I kind of wish it had like a little nozzle. I'm worried too much will come out. Or none will come out. I mean, I see some ketchup there, so I'm gonna keep trying to get it out. Think I'm getting close? Come out, ketchup! Come out, ketchup! Oh, there we go. Perfect. And that's a nice little dab. Let's do a little bit over here. That's too much. Oh no. I've gone too far. Ah! Okay. So we're supposed to put this on and this on and then keep adding the layers. But I think between the layers, I want to get things kind of set up here with my little light. And again, you don't have to have one of these lights. You can set it out in the sun. It says for 5 or 10 minutes when it's all built. But I'm not taking my chances. Let's dig into the toppings. Ooh, my. Well, this is where it gets confusing. There was 2 patties, 2 extra buns, but here you just make 1. So we have 2 pieces of cheese, 2 pieces of lettuce. These little eyeballs snap onto here. That's pretty cute. And we have another one. So let's add our cheese and then our lettuce. Just need a little dab. Oh no, it's sliding off the bun. Get back on there, you. What I'm not sure about is how is the sun or UV light going to make this all stick together when it's not going to really have access to the resin? Just trust the process. Okay, cheese is going on. 1 little patty, 2 little patties, and more light. Time for some lettuce. Okay, we'll put our little leaves on. And you know the drill. Get the light back on these guys. And for our final layer, we're adding the buns. And the cheeseburgers have made it to the table. Tell me I'm not out of ketchup. Oh no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Settle down, everybody. I'm now just realizing that I bet if you do it around the perimeter, the UV light can reach there a little better than if it's in the center. No, 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 big blob, no. Let's get these adorable little buns on here. Oh no, please don't fall over. No, I didn't. Good news! The burgers, they held together. And the fries are a mess. As I clean up the fries, I'm going to try to get these burgers all set up with the light. Our burgers are done, our fries are cleaned up, and I just noticed something pretty cool on this juice box. Look back here. This straw can go right in here. Such a cute little detail. And it's time for the final one. Will we get something new? Okay, here we go. Can we find something new? I don't know yet. Yes, we did. It's kelpo, and it says it has 1 essential prize inside. Okay, this table looks familiar. It's the same one we first got, and there's gum under there. All right, let's see about these blind bags. Whoa! It's our kelp shake bottle, a bag of spicy kelp chips, a very long straw for our shake. Whoa, look at this. It's our kelp juice with a nozzle. And we have, whoa, tongs. By the way, I haven't used the tongs at all. The pieces for our table and our capsule decorations. Now, the instructions on here look incredibly simple for making our kelp shake. It's just pouring the kelp juice in there and then adding the straw. But before we do that, let's look at the spicy kelp chips. Ooh. Oh my goodness, it says volcano sauce. That's pretty hot. Look how cute these tiny little chips are. Very chippy-y. Oy. We'll put our bag of chips here. I'm not sure what the kelpo is. Oh look, it's like a little cereal box. It has a maze on the back. And let's see the cereal inside. Aw, it's so cute. I feel like we need a little cereal bowl to go with it. Okay, let's get down to business here. So you might think you twist this off and put the nozzle on. Wrong. Looks like you popped the top off of this. Somehow, come on. I cannot open this. So twisting, that's how you get this off. Okay, nozzle on, and this should be all nice and green. We just fill it up. I think you pretty much squeeze until you just cannot see any more coming out. I'm getting pretty close to the top now. Fingers are getting tired. And that is about all there is. We need to add the straw, put it through here, and go ahead and get it on the bottle. And the shake is all done. You can set it outside or use your light to harden the resin. And this was definitely by far the easiest one to make. So these cost about $10.99, so $11 for each. It's a fun craft activity. They're recommended for 8 and above. As a mother of an 8-year-old, I would recommend much older or very close adult supervision. I even needed adult supervision. Some of these are pretty tricky and could get very messy very quickly. Let me know what you think of these in the comments down below and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.